Hey guys, welcome to Solo ReacTalk. Today I'm going to be reacting to Starcraft Brood War. This is a continuation from Starcraft Remastered, where we got to see our favorite characters, Sarah Kerrigan, Jim Raynor, Zeratul, and we also got to see the famous Tassadar. We got to see the infamous Arcturus Minsk, you know, him becoming the Emperor of the Terran Dominion after defeating the Terran Confederacy. So the political landscape has changed after the death of the Overmind and the toppling of the Terran Confederacy government. New political lines have been drawn out. Sarah Kerrigan has now become the Queen of Blades. Jim Raynor has begun his rebellion against the Terran Dominion. Arcturus Minsk is continuing to control the entire Krupulu sector, filled with, you know, the Terran Dominion, with his iron fist control over it. And the Protoss have begun their evacuations and their exodus from their homeworld of Aya. So things are changing drastically in the Krupulu sector. And I have been given a video to react to first before I go into the campaigns. It's called Starcraft Remastered Brood War Intro. Blizz Carax suggested that I should react to this video first before continuing on with xLetalis Brood War campaign. So that's what I'm going to do first. I'm first going to check out this cinematic and then we'll continue on with the Brood Wars. Yeah. Or Brood War. Sorry. Yes, Brood War. Alright. If you want to check out the original videos, remember the links are going to be in the description below. Alright, let's start. 3, 2, 1, go.
Charge here! Where is the air support? So, Gerard, I suspect you have a good reason for pulling me away from my duties.
Your vodka can wait, my good Alexei. Come, stand here. You need to see this.
I know all about this Zerg, Gerard. We've all seen the tapes 100.
You've seen nothing. Dissecting a dead Zerg in a lab is one thing. Unleashing them on men is another. You must go into this with both eyes open. Once started, there's no going back. Are you prepared to go all the way with this, Alexei?
Yes. Yes, I am prepared to go all the way, my good Admiral.
Good. Good. I knew I could count on you.
Admiral, the colonist base will be overrun in a matter of minutes. Shall we intervene?
Take us into orbit, Mr. Malmsteen. We've seen enough.
Oh, that was depressing. That was really depressing. Yeah, that was Starcraft Remastered Brood War intro by Serious Bear Gaming. Wow, that was depressing. That battle was desperate. You know, the Zerg were overrunning their positions. I think those are Terran Dominion forces, if I'm not mistaken. And the ship that was hovering in the air with the soldiers and, well, the Admiral Gerard. They don't look like Terran Dominion officers, you know. I think they're part of the UED, the United Earth Directorate, probably, because I've been told that in the Brood War, that's where they become prevalent as a faction. So yeah, I think those were the UED people, and they just left those people to die, you know, on that planet. They left them all to die. Ah, really, it was sad. And what made this even more depressing is the fighting, you know, how the Terran Dominion forces were fighting so desperately, and there was a fire bat, I think that's what it's called, you know, who was using his flamethrower and burning the Zerg, but also burning his own comrade who was on the floor, you know, hearing the screams and seeing the fire in the suit. Oh, it was just terrible. That was just a bad way to die. I mean, it was already bad when the Zergling was slashing at his armor and, you know, you could see all the blood coming out and everything, but then now he's been cooked alive. Oh, terrible. And then the guy with the glasses, I think he was going through a mental situation there, you know. He didn't talk, he just kept on rocking back and forth. He just looked so defeated. But he's still fighting. Yeah, it's sad. Okay, enough of that. That was good. Thank you, Blitz Carax, for suggesting that I watch this opening intro. But now it's time for us to continue on with the Brood War campaign by xLetalis. It's going to be focusing on the Terran, the complete Terran storyline. Yes, once we're done with this, we'll continue on with the Zerg and then the Protoss. Or you guys in the comment section tell me which one do I start with after the Terran Dominion. Not Terran Dominion, but the Terran storyline. Yeah, after the Terran storyline, which one do I continue on with next? Yeah, okay, let's continue. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, hold on, let me just do this. Terran campaign, the Iron Fist. Since the conflict began in the Krapulu sector, the ruling council of the United Earth Directorate has closely monitored its wayward Terran colonies. Okay, having witnessed the steady advancement of the Zerg in infestation and the maneuverings of the Protoss throughout the colonies, the ruling council has finally agreed to take control over the war-torn sector. Learning that a new Zerg overmind has manifested itself upon the planet Char, the UED has sent the greatest admiral, Gerard de Gaulle, or de Gaulle. I can't pronounce his surname, sorry. I think it's de Gaulle. Yeah. To capture the creature. Alright. As captain of the UED fleet under de Gaulle, your objective will be to storm the Terran Dominion and depose of its dictator, Emperor Minsk I. Huh. Alright. We're not going to Char straight ahead and, to capture Kerrigan. Alright.
Adjutant online. Good morning, Captain. Our long voyage from Earth is over, and we are holding a stationary position near the borders of Dominion space. I trust that the effects from your long, cold sleep have worn off by now. If not, the Med Officer can provide you with additional cryostim supplements.
Wait, how far is the Krupulu sector from Earth, really? I mean, if the captain had to be in a cryo sleep on his ship to get to the Krupulu sector, then I don't understand why would the United Earth Directorate would be so concerned about the Zerg or the Protoss. I mean, they're so far away then,
Admiral de Gaulle has issued a proclamation to the entire fleet via Transmat.
Okay, Admiral de Gaulle. Alright, let me just write this down. Admiral Gerard de Gaulle. There you go.
I'll patch it through to you now.
Attention, defenders of the United Earth Directorate. This is Admiral de Gaulle. You were all briefed before we left Earth, so you know that we have come here to conquer this sector in the name of humanity. Should any of you have second thoughts about performing your assigned duties, be reminded that if we fail in our mission here, not one of us will be going home. We stand or fall together in this forsaken wasteland. Serve the Directorate. Serve humanity. All other priorities are secondary to victory. De Gaulle out.
The United Earth Directorate, what kind of government is it? Is it like a fascist military regime, or is it a democratic crusader kind of regime, where they support democracy at all costs? They are prepared to use any force necessary to defeat dictators and put in a government that is of the people and by the people. Is it something like that, or what is it exactly? And who leads the United Earth Directorate? Is it the military apparatus, or is there a civilian apparatus of the government that represents the UED? Yeah, I just need to know about that too, because it's odd that the UED is represented by such a very powerful military force. They're projecting military might instead of diplomacy with the Terran Dominion, or previously with the Terran Confederacy. I don't know if they had relations with Earth, or should I say the UED and the Terran Confederacy. I don't know if they had relations, but it seems that after the defeat of the Terran Confederacy and the creation of the Terran Dominion, the UED hasn't really been a player. They haven't really communicated with the Krupulu sector until now. Yeah, so it's quite interesting.
Transmat completed. Receiving incoming transmission.
Good morning, Captain. I am Vice Admiral Stukov,
Okay, Vice Admiral Stukov. Let me write here Vice. Yes. Admiral Stukov. And Stukov is Alexei, right? I think that's his first name. Alright.
Advisor to Admiral Dugan. I see you've already reviewed his proclamation. I'm sure it doesn't cover anything you weren't already familiar with. Once you get to know the Admiral, I'm sure you'll find that he's actually quite personable. At any rate, Captain, I do have orders for you. As we are about to begin our invasion of the Dominion, we will need access to their primary datanet and weapons diagnostics. To this end, you are to assault the outlying planet of Braxis and take control of its capital city of Boralis. You are to deploy your forces within 2 standard hours. The Admiral expects perfect results, Captain. Stukov out.
Oh, crap. This landed site doesn't have any gas. Guess we'd better start looking for another geyser.
SCV good to go, sir.
Yes, sir.
Destination.
The landscape looks better, you know, compared to the remastered version of StarCraft. Yeah, I like the ice, I like the water that they're showing here, and the units look more in detail as well. It's good.
Captain, I am Lieutenant Samir Duran of the Confederate Resistance Forces. I've been monitoring your attack against the Dominion, and I'd like to offer you my services and skills in return for amnesty.
Intriguing. Lieutenant, you have absolutely no idea as to who we are or what we have come here to do. Why do you wish to side with us?
Because my men and I have sworn to fight against the Dominion and its Emperor. Seeing as how your forces have been laying into this Dominion base, I figured we were on the same side.
I see. How exactly do you propose to be of service to us, Lieutenant?
Well, I possess intimate knowledge of the surrounding area. I can show you an alternate route that leads to the rear of the main Dominion base.
Very well, Lieutenant. Consider yourself and your men the first colonial conscripts of the United Earth Directorate. Captain, see that the Lieutenant is given our full cooperation. We shall see if he's worth the effort.
What I've also realized is that the United Earth Directorate, you know, mainly so far, Stukov and De Gaulle, they have this Russian accent to them, especially Stukov, you know. It's like they are the Russians now, like the United Earth Directorate is Russia, and the Kripulu sector with the Terran Dominion are the Americans, you know, because I hear the American accent coming from Arcturus Minsk and from anyone else in Terran Dominion space, you know, especially like Jim Raynor as well. Their accents are American, and then the UED are Russian. It's quite interesting.
This planet's primary defenses are now crippled. Our attack teams can now begin to decode the Dominion security data link.
Receiving incoming transmission.
Captain, Vice Admiral Stukov has informed me of your flawless sortie upon Braxis. I must commend you for beginning our campaign with such a decisive victory. Our attack teams have decrypted the Dominion's data link and have gained access to Ming's most guarded files. However, our work is not yet complete. We have ascertained the location of the Dilarian shipyards. These shipyards, serving as a fueling and repair station for the Dominion, house a number of functional battle cruisers in dry dock. To assure that our domination of this sector remains uncontested, you are to assault the shipyards and liberate as many of these capital ships as possible.
Gentlemen, I recommend that you launch this attack using the utmost caution. Dominion Command can typically reinforce its outlying bases within 16 standard hours. You should expect some sort of reprisal from Emperor Mengsk shortly.
Ah, the turncoat. I suggest that you pay keen attention to rank when you address the captain and myself, Lieutenant Terran. Is that understood?
Of course, Admiral.
You're beginning to show your age, Gerard. Give the boy some credit. He just tipped us off to a preeminent attack.
However useful he may prove to be, Alexei, he will always be a traitor in my eyes. And you know that I cannot abide a traitor.
Only too well, Gerard. Captain, when you are ready, you may commence with the operation. Once you have commandeered the enemy's battle cruisers, be prepared to repel the Dominion reinforcements when they arrive.
This is interesting. Gerard de Gaulle is different from Arturus Minsk. Remember, Arturus Minsk acquired the assistance of the the general who turned coat from the Terran Confederacy, and he decided to join Arturus Minsk and his rebellion against the Confederacy. And, you know, he welcomed him with open arms. He was his like right-hand man in the toppling of that regime. But when it comes to Admiral Gerard de Gaulle, you know, he doesn't like turncoats. He doesn't like people who betray. And I am assuming he kills people who betray. Even if, you know, they're betraying to join his side of the fight, he still doesn't trust that person. So that's quite interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay.
Once your forces have landed, Captain, you'll need to escort our pilots to the battle cruisers themselves. They will be able to commandeer the ships and turn them over to our control.
I think this is the first space kind of battle, right? Like battling on a station. I think in Starcraft Remastered we didn't actually do something like this, if I'm not mistaken. If I am, correct me, guys.
Alright troops, listen up. Each squad will have a medic assigned to it to patch up the wounded, but that doesn't mean you can get careless. Stay frosty and get the job done. On my way. Right away. On my way. Right away. Stat. I'm on the job.
Operation.
Need medical attention?
Good day, Commander. Set a course.
Captain, we are being hailed by the Dominion flagship NORAD 3.
Well now, I don't know which militia y'all are from, but I'd...
Hey Duke, welcome back. I was just talking about you, Duke, and how you betrayed the Confederacy to join what is it? Yeah, the Sons of Korhal. Yeah, I was just talking about you. Welcome back.
advise you to back down, now. I'm General Edmund Duke of the Dominion Armada, and in the name of Emperor Mengsk, I order you to surrender your forces immediately and unconditionally.
Ah, General Duke. I expected your forces to arrive sooner. You should know that we represent not one of your ragtag peasant militias, but the combined might of the United Earth Directorate.
Earth Directorate? You mean to tell me you come all the way out here from Earth?
That is correct, General. We're here to take control over this sector and its occupants for the betterment of mankind.
Over my dead body. I don't care where you're from, son. No one pushes around the Terran Dominion on my watch.
Over my dead body. I love it.
All units, fire at will.
Hailing frequencies open. Good day, Commander. Receiving transmission. Make it happen. Set a course. Take it slow.
This is amazing. This literally looks like a civil war. Like really, it's amazing. I like how, you know, you can see the UED versus the Terran Dominion, and they have the same types of vessels and they're fighting against each other. It's cool.
Not enough energy. Captain, the Dominion shipyards have been destroyed, and it seems that General Duke has withdrawn his forces from this quadrant. We have impressed most of the remaining Dilerian defense forces into the fleet, and stand ready to move to the next phase of our invasion.
We've just received word from our research team that they've uncovered some kind of hidden weapons relay upon the planet Tarsonis. They report that it's called a psi disruptor and that its purpose is somehow connected with the Zerg.
Admiral.
A psi disruptor or a psi emitter? Huh, okay.
During the Zerg invasion of these colonies, the Confederacy had manufactured a number of portable machines called psi emitters, which had the uncanny ability to lure Zerg to their signals. It was rumored that they had created a specialized emitter that could disrupt the Zerg's communications, but Emperor Mengsk was never able to find it. It appears that this psi disruptor is the machine he was looking for. I must humbly suggest to you, Admiral, that the disruptor be destroyed as quickly as possible. If it should fall into the hands of the Dominion, we could face some very serious problems.
A prudent call, Lieutenant. I am inclined to agree.
But Admiral, this device could ensure our victory over the Zerg. It is foolhardy to discard such an advantage.
Surely, Vice Admiral, you don't doubt the tenacity of your own fleet. Your Directorate forces will devastate the Zerg without the need for such a device.
I'm not really agreeing with Duran on that matter. You're going to need any available weapon to win against the Zerg, because just having fleets and having soldiers is not enough. Ask the Protoss; they know better. You know, they know how long and difficult it is to fight against the Zerg. So if you have something that can disrupt their communications, by all means acquire that technology. You're going to need it, because Arcturus Minsk might use a psi emitter against your forces, and if you have this psi disruptor, it will be an invaluable advantage. So yeah.
Listen here, Lieutenant. I've had just about enough of your...
This conversation is over, Alexei. Given the true nature of our mission to enslave the Overmind, we could hardly stand to have Mengsk control a device of this magnitude. The psi disruptor must be destroyed in order to safeguard our mission. Ensign, set your course for Tarsonis.
As you say, good Admiral. As you say.
Go ahead, HQ.
Lieutenant Duran, since you have shown such concern for this device's inherent danger, I charge you with finding the disruptor and securing it. We will commence with its destruction once we've cleared the area.
I'm here.
Captain, our sensors are tracking Zerg signals in every direction. It appears that our intelligence was correct.
Admiral, if we focus on destroying all of the hives in this area, we may be able to neutralize these Zerg without too much trouble.
SCV good to go, sir.
Your forces are under attack.
Just as I thought. This brood can't operate without its primary hive cluster.
Reporting in.
Yes, Captain.
Read the waiting
got
knowledge
it.
orders.
Captain.
What kind of vehicles are those? I don't think I've seen them before. The ones that are flying, above. I'm not sure what they are.
We've located the psi disruptor. Shall we plant the explosives on it?
Lieutenant Duran, we're here to relieve you. We've come with orders from Admiral Stukov himself to facilitate the disruptor's disassembly.
Very well. Take...
That doesn't sound right. The Admiral gave specific orders to Duran to do this personally, that this is his mission. Vice Admiral Stukov does not have the authority to circumvent his own superior commander. This is a trap. This feels like a trap.
Get away. Captain, I'll be returning to the command ship presently.
Captain, once again, your leadership has set a fine example to the rest of my officers. Vice Admiral Stukov has informed me that the Psi disruptor has been accounted for, so we can now proceed with the next phase of
Stukov, you liar.
our operation. The time has come to begin our primary invasion of the Dominion throne world of Korhal. Alexei, fill the captain in on the current situation.
As you may know from your research, Captain, Korhal was a hotbed of anti-Confederate sentiment for years. The Confederacy hoped to contain Korhal's civil unrest by decimating it and its population with a massive nuclear barrage. Though the radiation levels on the planet are at an all-time low, its surface is now nothing more than a smoldering desert.
The catch, Admiral.
Smoldering desert. Wow, in StarCraft 2, it's an accumulopolis. How did they change their planet so fast from being a smoldering desert to an accumulopolis? Or maybe the time gap between StarCraft Brood War and StarCraft 2 is very long, maybe, but still. I'm impressed.
Is that because this world has already been devastated by nuclear fire, Mengsk has no compunction against using nukes on us. We have detected a large cluster of missile silos on the outskirts of Augustgrad. If those silos were destroyed, we believe that Mengsk would lose its core nuclear capabilities.
We also face a different obstacle, Captain. Intelligence has informed us that Mengsk employs multiple battle cruisers for his planetary defense. It is possible to nullify these battle cruisers by taking out strategic physics labs. Without these labs, Mengsk will be unable to power up his ship's weapon systems.
I find this also very interesting. In StarCraft 2, Heart of the Swarm, when Kerrigan was invading Korhal with her Leviathan Zerg fleet, she was attacking the planet, and the planet only had planetary defense weapons, but there was no Terran Dominion fleet protecting the planet. So I find this quite interesting that in StarCraft Remastered Brood War, Arcturus Minsk has a fleet defending his capital planet. Yeah, I wonder what happened in that situation in StarCraft 2, Heart of the Swarm. Or maybe it's because the Zerg were not only attacking like planet after planet, like they were attacking multiple planets across the Krupulu sector. So the fleet had to, have its priorities elsewhere. But still, he should have had like a defensive fleet protecting his capital planet. But anyways, I just found that quite interesting.
Though we know how to compensate for Mengsk's defenses, we don't have enough time to follow through on them both. Therefore, Captain, you must choose to either counter his nuclear capabilities or his battlecruisers. Once you've taken care of this operation, we can begin to plan our final assault against Augustgrad.
Your forces are under attack.
Are these flying units cloaked? Because I can see them, right? But then they kind of look like they're phasing out a bit. Yeah. So I'm just wondering, are they supposed to be cloaked? Is that why they look like that? Or is it something else? Huh.
Your forces are under attack. Your forces are under attack. forces are under attack.
Well done, Captain. We won't need to worry about nukes when we siege Meng's crowns.
Captain, Admiral de Gaulle has ordered a final tactical meeting before the siege of Augustgrad commences. I'll patch you through to his war room.
Ah, Captain, we've been expecting you. As you may have guessed, we are coordinating our final attack plans. You should know that even though Mengsk cannot reinforce his numbers, his standing forces are substantial. Mengsk is an accomplished tactician, so you had best be wary of any counterattacks he may attempt.
Captain, remember that although we disabled Meng's nuclear capabilities, he still commands a large number of battle cruisers. We suspect that he will use these ships against us at every turn. Be on your guard, Captain. Show this Emperor what the UED thinks of his rule.
Reporting for duty.
Battle cruiser operational. Set a course.
SCP good to go, sir.
Shields up, weapons online.
Yes, sir.
Engage.
I read you.
Base is under attack. Base is under attack.
SCP good to go, sir.
I'm wondering, is there a limit to how many turrets you can build, the missile turrets? Because if xLetalis could have made more missile turrets, like an impenetrable defense of like 15 or maybe 20 missile turrets, I think those Terran Dominion ships would have a hard time coming through. Yeah.
Go ahead, Terran. Comlink online.
I'm here.
SCP good to go, sir.
You want a piece of me, boy?
I hear that.
Job's finished.
I hear that. I'm here.
Go ahead, Terran.
I'm here.
Go ahead, Terran.
Ghost report.
Channel open. Target designated.
Okay, Terran Goliath. I think that's a unit for the UED. Alright, let me just write it here. Terran Goliath.
This is under attack.
Roger that.
Jacked up and good to go. Target designated. Commander.
Good day, Commander. Receiving transmission. Make it happen.
Your forces are under attack. Captain, I'm tracking the Dominion flagship NORAD-3 in low orbit. Emperor Minsk may be attempting an escape.
Oh, I thought we were going to be hearing from Duke again.
Receiving incoming transmission.
This is Emperor Minsk of the Terran Dominion. I wish to parley with your executive officer at once.
So, the elusive Arcturus Mengsk at last. I was hoping to speak with you before we finished our business here.
But he was never elusive. He was always here. He was on his home planet. What do you mean by elusive? But okay.
I am Admiral Gerard Dugas, and I must commend you, sir, for holding back our advance for as long as you have. You are indeed a worthy opponent.
My thanks to you, sir. But you must know that your victory here means little to me. It might have taken me a while, but I did overthrow the Confederacy. I'll overthrow your rule as well.
That seems unlikely, sir. seeing as how you'll be publicly executed along with the rest of your ranking officers.
You wouldn't dare.
The man who crowns himself emperor speaks to me of daring. You have far outleaned your reputation as Mengsk. Captain, prepare to take the emperor into custody.
You'll have to postpone those plans, gentlemen.
Sir, the rebel command ship Hyperion has just entered our sensor range. It is accompanied by a small Protoss fleet.
What? Who are these intruders?
Jim Raynor, what the hell are you doing here?
Yes, what the hell are you doing here? Oh gosh.
I'm pulling your ass out of the fire Arcturus, so shut up and sit tight. Make no mistake about it, we've got us a serious score to settle. But right now, a mutual acquaintance of ours wants you alive. Prepare your ships for dimensional recall.
Who, Zeratul? Is that the mutual? No, mutual acquaintance. Oh, Kerrigan, right? Huh, alright. But why, Kerrigan? This was going to be that moment where he dies. Of course, it won't be by your hands, but it'll be by the hands of the United Earth Directorate. But still, he was going to die. Okay, fine.
This is intolerable. They're escaping right out from under us. Track them! Track them!
Captain, we have tracked the fugitives Mengsk and Raynor to the devastated Protoss homeworld of Ire. Apparently, these two have taken shelter within a fortified Protoss encampment that lies at the base of a fully functional warp gate.
I don't understand this. Why would the Protoss harbor these men?
I have no idea, Gerard, but the...
I guess you guys didn't do your due diligence on the Kripulu sector as much as you thought you did. You haven't, attained enough information about what's going on here. All you guys know is the Terran Dominion and the collapse of the Terran Confederacy, and you know that there are other civilizations out there like the Zerg and the Protoss, but you don't really know the nitty-gritties about what's going on. Admiral, you are not prepared. You are not prepared.
Protoss aren't our only problem. Our sensors have identified multiple Zerg broods surrounding the Protoss base. Presently, the broods seem to be passive, but there's no telling what might set them off. Should the broods attack, we'd be hard-pressed to hold them at bay.
I see. It is a risk we'll need to take. Mengsk represents a considerable threat to our agenda and must be eliminated. Captain, you will focus your attack against the Rebel Command Center in the middle of the Protoss encampment. That must be where Mengsk and Raynor are hiding. We will deploy our own Valkyrie frigates and tighten up our air defenses. Vice Admiral Stukov and Lieutenant Duran will provide cover for your forces and ensure that no external threats interfere with your mission.
Valkyrie prepared.
Wow, these Valkyrie frigates are dangerous. Wow. They're just peppering the enemy with missiles continuously.
Captain, the warp gate at the center of the Protoss encampment has been activated. Our sensors show that the gate's energies are inciting the Zerg to attack. Be prepared for anything, Captain.
Healing frequencies open. Good day, Commander. All crews report.
Good work, Captain. The command center is destroyed, but it looks like Mengsk and Raynor will try to escape through the warp gate. Make ready to move in and intercept their vessel before... Wait, I just picked up multiple Zerg signals coming in from the northeast. That's Duran's position. He seems to have moved his forces out of place. Lieutenant Terran, this is Stukov. Come in. I'm tracking a massive Zerg swarm in your quadrant. Respond, damn it!
That is strange, Vice Admiral. My scanners don't show any Zerg at all. Maybe you have a technical problem with your equipment.
Duran, are you gonna betray? Oh, Admiral Gerard, you should have shot this guy in the face. The chance you had, you should have shot him. Oh, he's betraying us now. At that last minute, that's when he's betraying us. Oh.
Lieutenant, if these Zerg get through, we'll never be able to capture Minsk. I'm giving you a direct order to return to your position and reinforce my troops.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir, but it seems your signal's fading out. I couldn't make out that last part. I'll try to re-establish contact later.
Duran!
She says later. That's never. Oh, this is just terrible. It's terrible for the UED. Oh.
Captain, your position will be overrun by superior Zerg numbers within 15 minutes. I suggest you retreat back to the fleet immediately. Inform Admiral Dukal that I have a personal matter to take care of.
Your forces are under attack. Admiral, the fugitives Minsk and Raynor escaped through the warp gate due to the intervention of the Zerg. But shortly before our forces were overrun, Vice Admiral Stukov took control of a large contingent of troops and came here to the planet Braxis.
Why would he abandon the battle on Ire? Why has he come back to Braxis?
I mean no offense, Admiral, but perhaps Stukov's loyalties are not as strong as you once believed.
Because you are young and foolish, Lieutenant, I will pardon that insult. Alexei and I have been friends since long before you were born. However, he must be found. If Stukov is here, he will account for his actions.
Admiral, our sensors have detected a fully functional psi disruptor on the planet's surface directly below our position. It would appear that the Vice Admiral did not destroy the psi disruptor on Tarsonis as was ordered.
What? Impossible.
I warned you, Admiral. Stukov has betrayed you. He's reconstructed the psi disruptor in order to sabotage your mission in this sector.
I can't believe it.
Yeah, I also don't really believe that. I don't think he's sabotaging the mission. He just sees things differently. He saw the potential of this psi disruptor where the Admiral was convinced by Duran that it should be destroyed because, he doesn't want it to be under the potential control of Arcturus Minsk. However, Duran, he also betrayed Vice Admiral Stukov on the planet Ire, not backing up the captain, not backing up his forces when they were fighting against the not the Protoss but the Zerg on Ire. So yeah, Duran is questionable, but Stukov is not really. No, he just wants to finish this mission, but he just doesn't have the confidence of the Admiral, and he wants to take it. He wants to do it alone, all alone by himself. Yeah.
Yet the evidence is incontrovertible. Alexei, what have you done? Perhaps you've been right all along, Lieutenant. On my authority, enter the psi disruptor and deal with the Vice Admiral appropriately.
Of course, Admiral.
Lieutenant, hang tight for a sec while we clear the entrance. They've locked the door. Set the bomb.
Unauthorized entry detected.
We're in. This room's clear. Medic.
I'm here. You got it. I'll take care of it. Of course, right away.
How do you work this damn thing? Computer, locate Admiral Stukov.
Access code denied.
I hate computers.
What's up?
Where's Stukov?
Don't tell those traitors anything, Harry.
Wax 'em, boys.
Help!
I'll take care of it. Right away. Of course. Of course. I'll take care of it.
I'm out of here.
You got it. Of course. I'll take care of it.
Oh, another computer. Says hit any key. Well, which one's the any key?
Security cameras activated. Goliath repair bay.
These Marines, no, guys, come on. Which is the any key?
Located in Sector 4.
If we can get over there, we might be able to hijack those Goliaths.
I'll take care of it. Right away.
Access code denied.
Hey, who's messing with the computers?
Oh, give me the damn access codes before I blow an aggression inhibitor.
I ain't telling you nothing. Wait, I'll tell you. It's, Barnum.
Access code accepted.
Thanks. Oops.
Security cameras activated. Vice Admiral Stukov detected in Sector 8.
Right away. Of course.
Hey, you. Get over here with that SCV and repair our Goliaths.
Don't shoot. I'll do it.
You got it. I'll take care of it.
We'll need Terran to open this door.
Vice Admiral Stukov, I am here under orders to terminate your command.
Lieutenant Terran, I'm not surprised. We both know exactly what it is that you're here to terminate. Get on with it.
Say goodnight, Stukov.
To hell with you.
Lieutenant Duran, report your situation immediately.
Gerard, old friend, you do indeed have a traitor in your midst. But it's not me. Terran. He has been playing us both from the start. He convinced you to destroy the Psi Disruptor, even though it was our best chance at defeating the Zerg. And then on Ire, he allowed the Zerg to overrun us even as we had the fugitives in our grasp. I came here to activate the one hope we have of defeating them. And you killed me for it. Terran is your enemy, Gerard. I suspect that he may even be infested as well. Use the disruptor, Gerard. Finish our operation. Let my death have at least some meaning.
Alexei! Oh, what have I done? What have I done? Computer, where the hell is Lieutenant Duran?
Well, like I said, you know, it's just odd how the Admiral would trust the word of a traitor. And, you know, in the beginning, you know, he's been saying that he doesn't trust turncoats. But then here he is, he trusted a turncoat over his longtime friend and colleague. Anyways.
The lieutenant no longer registers on my sensors, Admiral. He appears to have vanished.
No.
Self-destruct sequence initiated. Sir, the disruptor's power core has just been set to overload. In order to prevent meltdown, you will need to reach the manual override terminal and shut the reactor core down.
It must have been Duran. You men serve the Vice Admiral loyally. I ask that you continue to serve his memory by keeping this disruptor in one piece. Now get going and find that override terminal.
Outer installation walls have been breached, tracking multiple Zerg signals throughout the side disruptor's interior.
What the hell? How did Zerg get in here? Captain, we may have a huge infestation problem.
This proves that Duran's working with the Zerg. Captain, don't let a single Zerg stand in your way. We need this disruptor now more than ever.
Rock and roll!
Reactor core shutdown sequence initiated.
Good work, Captain. I want these side disruptor kept on full power around the planet. I'll leave a garrison here to protect this one. Prepare the fleet to move out. We are going to the planet Char to claim that cursed overmind. And may heaven help Duran for what he has done this day.
This invasion plan is messy, you know. Their main objective was to defeat the Terran Dominion and conquer the Krupulu sector and, you know, take over the capital of the Terran Dominion. And that is Kohol, right? And then the second part of the mission would be to acquire Sarah Kerrigan, or the Queen of Blades. But I don't know, like the first part of the mission has failed drastically. It's just failed epically. They haven't defeated Arcturus Minsk. They haven't conquered the entire Krupulu sector. That's what they should have been focusing on. You know, each and every single world, they take it over. They put their bases there. They put their personnel there. And then once you have that control and authority over all of the Krupulu sector, then you can start focusing on finding the fugitives like Arcturus Minsk and like Jim Raynor. And then you can start over with the Char, with the Zerg, sorry, and head over to Char and collect Sarah Kerrigan, you know, something like that. But this invasion plan has just been messy. Like I said before, the Admiral hasn't really done his due diligence when it comes to collecting information about what's going on in the Krupulu sector. So he's been found wanting in terms of his command. He's also shocked about many things, you know, how Duran has been a traitor, how the Zerg, well, not the Zerg, but the Protoss and the Terrans are working together, going through warp gates and everything like that on Aya. So yeah, the Admiral is not prepared for this.
Captain, with the Psi Disruptor's signal hampering the Zerg's communications to one another, the swarms over Char have scattered in disarray, allowing the fleet to penetrate to the planet's surface. However, there is still a considerable number of defenders nestled around the fledgling Overmind.
Alexei was right. The disruptor is the key to victory here. If I had destroyed the machine as Duran suggested, we would never have made it this far. Nevertheless, the time is upon us, Captain, to do what we came here for. We will claim the Overmind in the name of humanity.
Be advised, Captain. Our sensors have identified 3 Cerebrates who constitute the core of the Overmind's defenses. Each Cerebrate's distinct capabilities are still unknown, so proceed with extreme caution.
Launch your forces, and let not a Zerg survive. Once you have reached the Overmind and crushed its defenders, you are to send in specially trained medics who will pacify the creature with potent neurostim drugs. Only then will our victory be assured. And Captain, remember that Duran is still out there somewhere. I venture a guess that his treachery has only just begun. Be careful, and good luck. I am sure that this will be our finest hour.
Orders, Captain?
Base is under attack.
Sir, these sunken colonies aren't being affected by anything we hit them with. I'll bet there's one of those cerebrant critters pumping up full of energy nearby.
Like, xLetalis is not going to play around here, really. He's attacking them with battle cruisers. That's good. Overkill, I like it.
Cerebrant's been whacked. We shouldn't have any more trouble with those sunken colonies.
State the nature of your medical emergency.
Captain, the medics are in place and are administering the neurostim treatments to the Overmind.
Excuse me, Admiral, but I'd like to introduce someone to you.
Duran, you son of a bitch. What's the meaning of this?
Admiral de Gaulle, I've heard a lot about you.
What the hell are you?
I am Kerrigan. The Zerg you've killed here, and the Overmind which you've come to collect, are mine. As is our mutual friend, Lieutenant Terran. You see, Admiral, there are a number of groups in this sector who feel that your involvement here causes certain complications. My associates and I intend to make sure that your reign is short-lived.
You may find that difficult, you abomination. Seeing as how I possess the means to disrupt your control of the Zerg.
Ah, you're referring to your vaunted Psi Disruptor. It won't last you forever, Admiral. Sooner or later, I'll destroy it. Then I'll show you what the Zerg are really capable of. Oh, and by the way, Admiral, your friend Stukov was twice the man you are. I'm glad you saved me the trouble of having to kill him.
Oh my gosh, Kerrigan. This reminds me of Kerrigan in Starcraft 2, you know, how she attacks her enemies mentally first before attacking them with her forces and everything else. You know, she attacks you mentally. She destroys your self-confidence before she attacks you with her forces. I like that. Hey.
Zerg! The very mention of this terrifying race once brought fear to all who heard it. But now we can all rest easy, as our own forces now occupy their very homeworld of Char. Months have passed since our initial confrontation with the Zerg, and now Directorate forces have taken control of the planet Char, long since rumored to cradle the malevolent Overmind of the Zerg. The Overmind itself, an enormous living brain-like entity, dictates control of all the myriad Zerg forces, and it was believed to be planning an invasion of the Earth itself. Once on the offensive, our highly trained Directorate forces were more than a match for the beast-like Zerg. Even their fiercest warrior breed could not defeat the greatest military technology in the galaxy. The Zerg forces on Char were completely decimated and their losses were tallied in the millions. But all wars have casualties, and while Directorate losses were minimal, the fleet's Vice Admiral Stukov gave his life during the final valiant assault on Char. Memorial services were held aboard the Directorate flagship Alexander. Vice Admiral Stukov truly knew the meaning of sacrifice. Yet his sacrifice was not in vain. The Overmind itself was the prize of the battle. Even now, Directorate psychics and powerful drugs are keeping the creature pacified. The Overmind will undergo extensive research to ensure the continued safety of the United Earth Directorate and of all mankind.
Okay guys, that was Starcraft Remastered, complete Terran storyline Brood War campaign by xLetalis. Yeah, this was fun. This was really fun seeing Stukov, Admiral Gerard Dugal, yes, and Duran, you know, all of them working together to fight against the Terran Dominion, while in the background it seems that Duran was a spy for Sarah Kerrigan, so she knew everything that was going to happen. She understood her enemy. You know, this is the kind of due diligence I'm talking about. Sarah Kerrigan knows how to collect information on her enemies. She has spies. This is something that the Admiral just did not entertain before invading the Kripuli sector. So Sarah Kerrigan was prepared for all of this stuff. She knew. And yeah, it seems that, you know, the enemy of my enemy is my friend in terms of Jim Raynor and Arcturus Minsk. But the UED have really entrenched themselves in the Kripuli sector. I'm just still wondering how far and deep into the Kripuli sector have they, you know, put their authority in, you know, because like I said before, it seems that the UED plan for taking over the Kripuli sector isn't really foolproof. You know, things have gone wrong. Vice Admiral Stukov is dead. Well, he's not really dead, but because we see him in StarCraft 2, but yeah, he's dead. And I like how they showed the news. It kind of reminds me of Starship Troopers, you know. The only thing that they missed there at the end is to say, would you like to know more? You know that option that they give you on the screen when you watch Starship Troopers? Yeah, they should have said something like that at the end. But yeah, it was good. It was really, really good. And the propaganda, the media propaganda in terms of Vice Admiral Stukov dying on Char when he actually died on, what was the name of the planet? Brexus? I think it was called Brexus, yeah. That's where he actually died, not on Char. So yeah, that is also quite funny to hear. And yeah, I just wonder what's going to happen now with Admiral Gerard and his plans of defeating the new Overmind, who is Sarah Kerrigan, and also capturing Arcturus Minsk and defeating Jim Raynor. I'm just wondering, what is he going to do? Because all he has left now is you, the player, the captain. That's it. You know, his best friend is dead. His lieutenant was a betrayer and a spy. So I just wonder, what is he going to do next? But yeah, guys, that's it. That's it for today. Remember, if you want to check out the original videos made by Serious Bear Gaming for the Starcraft Remastered Brood War intro video, as well as the Starcraft Remastered complete Terran storyline Brood War campaign by xLetalis, the links are in the description below. And if you like the video, remember to give me a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Click on the notification bell if you want to be up to date with my latest videos. And I will see you next week Friday. Okay? Bye-bye.